Hi, third grade. Today we're going to do the bonus unit, week 1, day 4. So repeat after me for our drill sounds warm up. A, acorn, A. A, Alaska, E, me, E. Schwa, wagon, or I. Good. I, hi, I, animal, or I. I, champion, E. O, no, O. You, pupil, U. You flew, oo. Great work. Okay, behind me I have a list of 6 words, and you'll notice that each of the 6 words, what's something they have in common that we've been talking about in this bonus unit? Right, they all have a prefix. Now, if we were to scoop these words and mark them up, remember a prefix we just scoop. It's a syllable part added to the beginning of a word. So if we look here, I'll kind of scoop it with my finger and then we can read the words. Okay, ready? In, act, iv. What's the word? Inactive. Right. How about this one? Retest. What is it? Retest. Down here. Impolite. What's the word? Impolite. Mistrust. Mistrust. Unluck. Here's a suffix. E. What's the word? Unlucky. Unsafe. Unsafe. Okay, so what I want to do is I want you to realize through this exercise that prefixes really change the meaning of a base word. So if we look, inactive, what would that word be without this prefix at the beginning? Right, it would be active. Great work. And so if you think about the difference between those two words, there is a big difference. Well, if you look on your student notebook, page 42, it lists all of those common prefixes, and in means not. So if something is inactive, they are not active. Well, we know what it means to be active. You have lots of energy, you're playing, but if you're inactive, you're kind of laying on the couch, watching TV. A lot of people are inactive when they're playing video games or watching TV because they're not physically moving around a lot. Okay, so how about this word? Retest. Without re, it means, what's the word? Yeah, it's just test. And we know what it means to test something. If you have to retest, look on page 42, or maybe you remember what re means. It means that you have to test something what? Again, right. So some of you maybe did science projects before where you got results that you didn't really know what they meant, or you wanted to keep seeing if you got the similar results. So you had to retest something or test it over again. Okay. You might, if you do poorly on a test in school and you're not happy with the result, you might be offered an opportunity to take a retest, test again to show that you've practiced and you've learned the information. All right, how about this one? Impolite. We know that what does that prefix mean? Not. So hopefully you're never impolite, especially when you're, eating in the cafeteria or eating in a restaurant. You definitely want to be polite. So in and im both mean not. It changes these base words and makes them the opposite of that. Okay. Same with mistrust. Look on page 42. Mis means wrongly or badly. So if you mistrust someone, you wrongly trust them. You don't trust them well. You don't want to do anything that would cause your parents or your teacher to mistrust you in the future. You want to make sure that you have good character and that we can trust you. Okay, how about unlucky? I feel like that's me sometimes, but some days I'm more lucky than other days. Unlucky means not lucky, right? How about this one? Unsafe. Hopefully, you never act unsafe, um, and that you are safe as possible all of the time by wearing your helmet when you're riding a bicycle, by clicking in your seatbelt when you're getting into a car. All right, so just know how all of these prefixes really change the meaning of the whole word. All right, the next thing that we're going to do today is some dictation dry erase. So if you don't have your dry erase board with you at home, no worries. Just get out a blank piece of paper and a pencil and get ready to practice with us. All right, I'm going to give you some prefixes to try first, 6 of them, to see if you can spell them. The first one is trans. Say it, trans. Go ahead and write it down. You do not need to mark them. Trans. You're just spelling them. Pause the video if you need more time, and let's see how you did. All right, here it is. Trans. Spell it with me. Trans. Very good. The next one, pre. Say it, pre. If you do something before, that means pre. Okay, let's look. How'd you do? Spell it with me. P-R-E. Great. All right, the next one is dis. Say it, dis. Spell it. And let's see how you did. D-I-S. Dis. Very good. That means the opposite of. If you're disrespectful, that's the opposite of being respectful. Try this one. Pro. Say it. Pro. Let's see how you did with spelling that one. P-R-O. Great. Next is miss. The prefix miss. Be careful, it's not the word. If you misbehave, what would that prefix look like? M-I-S, right. And the last one to practice today is X. Say it, X. How do we spell that one? You got it, E-X. Good practice with those 6 prefixes. All right, next we're going to move on and look at 2 current words. You're going to spell them and mark them. The first one I want you to write is misbehave. Misbehave. Go ahead and spell it first, and then we'll mark it together. All right, if you need more time, pause the video, because I don't want you to copy. I want you to think about it. Misbehave. Well, we just practiced miss. Did you get that? M-I-S. B, B-E, and have. H-A-V-E. Good work. Now let's start marking. I already scooped my syllables. Miss is what kind of syllable? Right, it's a closed syllable prefix. B, look at that vowel. Is it closed in? Not in that syllable, so it's open, giving it the long vowel. And how about have? I know this looks like have, doesn't it? But be careful. What is it? It's a vowel consonant E with a long A and a silent E for misbehave. Good work. Try this word next. The word is defrost. Say it. Defrost. Whenever you defrost food, maybe out of the freezer before you eat it, you have to get all of the frost off. You defrost it. Write it down, spell it first, and then we'll work on marking it up. All right, let's check and see how you did with spelling. D, how'd you spell the prefix? D-E, good. And how about frost? F-R-O-S-T, hopefully. Good. D is what kind of prefix? An open syllable prefix, right? Giving it that long vowel. And frost is closed syllable. Great work. Okay, next we're going to do 2 review words. You're also going to spell these and mark these ones too. The first one is predict. Say it. Predict. And really, there is a prefix there, isn't there? When you predict something, you think about what's going to happen before it happens, right? So pre means before. Makes sense. Predict. And let's see, how did you do with spelling first? P-R-E, and then D-I-C-T. Very good. How would we mark pre? Right, open syllable prefix. And dict is closed with a brev, short vowel. Very good. All right, the next word is, let's see if you remember the rules here. Taping. Say it. Taping. My aunt was taping the basketball game on her phone. Taping could mean recording. We usually say recording now. Tape, taping. You could be taping a poster to the wall. Tape. The base word there is a vowel-e, correct? But what do you do when you add a vowel suffix to the end? Do you remember? Did you circle your suffix? Come on, you can do it. Let's see. Pause if you need more time. Let's see if you remember the rule. All right, let's look. Tape, I know, is T-A-P-E. But when you attach a vowel suffix, the E gets dropped and you just attach ing. But when you mark it, did you insert the E here up above? Taping. Awesome work. All right, in the bonus unit, we have 2 new trick words that we're going to be practicing. They're still review trick words. You should have learned them in the past. But the first one I want you to write is Saturday. It's a day of the week. It's a proper noun. Saturday. Go ahead. Sat. Think of which goes there. And day. Saturday. Did you start with a capital? Don't forget. Pause if you need to. All right, let's go over the spelling. Ready? Capital S-A-T, which U-R, and then D-A-Y for Saturday. Good work. That's our first time practicing that one. And then the other one that you need to know for trick words is family. Say it. Family. Everybody has a different family. Try it. Just spell it the best you can. And let's see how you did. F-A-M, fam. This is like that I animal, or right? Family, L-Y. Good work. And I only have one sentence for you for today. And here it is. I will randomly inspect. There's a prefix. Inspect. I will randomly inspect your desk. I do that sometimes as a teacher. Make sure you're being neat and organized. I will randomly inspect your desk. Okay. Pause if you need more time. We'll scoop it together, but let's check your spelling. Pretty confident that you got the pronoun I. Will, I think. Check randomly. R-A-N-D-O-M. That's almost like a schwa there. Lee, L-Y. Check inspect. Check spect, S-P-E-C-T. Your desk. All right, how would we scoop this? I will randomly inspect your desk. I kind of like 3 there. I don't know. I will randomly inspect your desk. Very good. In third grade, the last thing that we did today, it's been a while since we've done this year, but we cannot forget our cursive lowercase letters that we've been learning. So everybody in class got a little practice sheet that looks like this. They traced first XO, and then they wrote it, put finger spaces between everything and tried those combinations of letters. Here's ZE as a nonsense word. Here's ZUX, ZEXE, oh, this one's a real word, zip. And then we're back to nonsense. XAVI. Here are 2 words, extra, you know that one, and lazy. So if you're at home and you don't happen to have this paper, it's okay. Just try some of these words like extra, lazy, zip, and try doing them in cursive so that we stay fresh with our lowercase letters that we've been learning this year. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today, third grade. I will see you back next time.